All right, y'all. We're back.
Episode 3.
Round 3.
Here we go. Boys, I'm still recovering from this weekend.
Oh, what happened to you?
Well, I don't know. We played at Hank's this weekend again. Second weekend in a row. And I don't know, dude. It's just these late nights, man. It's Tuesday, and here I am just now catching up from it. I got sick.
No, yeah.
I got
last night-
sick. Like, I called out of work today because I was sick.
Yeah. Well, I was out of work all last week, so I can't talk any kind of shit.
I'm next. Don't y'all worry.
Yeah, I just, I feel better now. But, like, last night, I think I had a temperature. But no, it's all because we played last night, too, though.
Well, how do you feel now before we get any closer to your face?
I feel fine now. My fever's gone.
Because we're breathing the same air with you
Look,
right
man,
now.
I took some medicine, and I went to the doctor. Everything's good.
You know what my medicine was? Whenever I was sick last week. And you know what my medicine was?
What was that?
This little thing right here we like to call whiskey, baby.
Ah,
I had a hot toddy. Do you need a shot? Well,
I'm
no.
good.
Well, you don't drink, do you?
Not much. I'll have an occasional drink, but I haven't been drunk in over a year.
Do you want to get into that, or do you want to save that for another podcast?
I don't care. We can talk about whatever, whenever. I don't care.
That's true. We can also talk about what you did this weekend as well.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And then we can talk about what you did this weekend too,
Yes,
Ryan.
I want to hear this because I did not hear it.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
save that one.
Yeah, we'll get.
So, hello guys, this is Lee here.
We know who you are.
So, I got the privilege and the honor to go to a Tyler Childers concert. I think everybody should experience a Tyler Childers concert at least once in their life. I don't need the pills you take just to feel the spirit moving.
Well, his shows aren't normal. Like he's not putting on a show for you.
No, he's just up there doing the George Strait things.
Some of those band members are, but
Yeah.
he's pretty still during his whole thing, and his facial expressions are kind of scary.
Yeah, dude.
They're kind of scary.
He got he got to that part where he was singing "Way of the Triune God."
Yep.
Like everybody's standing still. He's going, "Give me that old time screaming and shouting." Andy, do go up, go up, go up. Tell it on the mountain. Faith is strong. Like standing still the whole time. Then it gets to that way of the triune God. Then everybody just puts on their boogie britches and starts going to town. They're like, I don't need the pills you take just to feel the spirit moving. It was a religious experience.
I agree.
Like he didn't go up there and like he didn't like bring the house down. So like what tells you anything is he opened the show with "In Your Love." Like everybody, they see the band and everybody walking like, yeah, like you know how Morgan Wallen, he'll make like a grand entrance, like he'll either shoot up from the bottom of the floor or he'll come running out from behind like
Or walk
fireworks.
out with Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tyler Childers, he just walked out, got on the microphone and just started singing, "I will wait for you till the sun turns into ashes." And I'm like, I mean, I love the song, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we should have been like going like nuts I feel like that was a better song to play as an opener. So,
Well, he, like I said, he didn't put on a show. He just comes out. Have you seen a show?
I have not.
He comes out and he just sings for an hour and a half.
yeah.
And it's kind of weird, but like, I mean, there's points in time where, I mean, I guess there's a show going on because the band that he has behind him, like, they're awesome. Like, they're great
I felt like
musicians.
I was in church.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that Tyler Childers played the fiddle.
I don't think I knew that either.
They did a song, I think it was Purgatory, and he started playing the fiddle on that one.
Okay.
I think it was Purgatory. It might have been a different one. But he literally just sat down, pulled out a violin, and just started playing. And then the other guy was playing the fiddle too. And they were just, he sat down, had his head down, didn't like get up or move around. He just sat down playing the fiddle.
It's a religious experience. I'll have to agree. What do you think of him not playing Feathered Indians? That being your number one hit, and he never plays it.
That is his number. So I don't exactly know all the details of why. I know he don't like promoting certain things anymore.
So apparently that song was made in a different headspace he was in back in the day. And I get that. And from a religious standpoint, I get that as well. But also an important thing about, when you're religious, you need to talk about your bad times.
Yeah, you sure do.
You got to talk about that stuff. And to me, it's kind of a hit or miss. Like, I understand why you don't want to do it, but I think Feathered Indians got you here.
Yep.
You should play that song.
Well, and he can even change the words. Like, he didn't cuss at all during that show.
Yeah.
So like, that the nose on the grindstone song.
Yeah.
It says he effed up his back.
Yeah.
He changed it. Daddy messed up his back, and so I was
That's what I do in our shows.
Yeah, I know you do. Andy, you're the more level-headed one out of us.
Whenever we sing Rockstar, I'm gonna dress myself with the latest fashion, get a front door key to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, dude, whenever we do our rap mashup, Andy will start doing 50 Cent. He'll be like, go, you can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mommy, I got what you need if you into taking love or something like that. He don't say taking drugs, and I'm like,
because that's what
I looked at. I'm like, Andy, say drugs. Just say drugs.
No, because if you go back and watch the halftime show when 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre all did it, that's what he said. He didn't say drugs. He said, "My mom got what you need if you end up getting what."
Getting what? Oh, sorry. Getting love sounds a lot better.
But go back and watch the halftime show. You'll see.
We are 6 minutes and 38 seconds into the podcast, and I'm already sweating bullets.
Hopefully this is the last week in this camper. But so Lee, so while y'all were doing the Tyler Childers concert, I had a show.
Yeah.
I was doing a show at Hank Jr.'s bar because that's the new spot we're at now. Dang, man, he chugged that beer.
It's hot as hell in this bitch. Shit, sorry, Haley.
Everything we practiced gone out the window in literally 15 seconds, I think.
Everything that we just talked about beforehand, what not to do on the podcast, guess what happened?
Give Lee 15 seconds.
Want to give a shout out to our censors. Well, I'm the reason y'all get paid.
Yeah.
So I was playing a show at Hank Jr.'s bar Thursday night, 10 to close.
I'm going to get another beer. Keep talking.
So, hey, you're going to miss the part that we're going to tell you, we're supposed to tell you, Lee.
No, the beer's right here.
Well, hurry up.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So, I hate doing this, but I know it happens every now and then. Sometimes I'll play a show without Lee, and then vice versa. Sometimes he'll play a show without me.
Best show I ever put on was without Andy.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
For everybody that can't hear Lee, he's not near his microphone. He said the best show he ever put on was without me. Oh my God. Which is probably true. He ain't got someone to correct him whenever in his error and his ways.
People love it when I'm right, though, or when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm sitting there playing the show without Lee, which it's a whole different dynamic than it is whenever Lee's there. So, like, usually we don't do fishing in the dark with the tip bucket or with the fishing pole tip jar. We don't do any of the fiddle songs. So, really, it's just a free-for-all. Most of the time, those shows are what a traditional Broadway band does, where we just play for requests and all that. It's entertaining still, but it's not as entertaining as it is when both me and Lee are on the
You're
stage.
relaxed. You're relaxed.
Yeah. I ain't got somebody calling me a DA behind the microphone the whole time, so it's
I
kind
have
of cool.
never called you a district attorney in my entire life.
Okay.
He pushes you though in a good way. Like when he's there,
No,
I know y'all bicker and argue and
No,
everything.
he likes to belittle behind the microphone,
well,
especially when something don't go his
I
way.
think it helps.
That's
the
not
dynamic.
fucking true.
That is true.
Why are you coming at me for right now? Lee's an asshole. He belittles me.
Did I say that?
You just said I belittle you.
But I didn't cuss you like that.
Yeah, but that's the way I took it.
But anyways, overall the show was good. The best part of the night when I
Do
was
you have trouble sleeping at night, Andy?
more than you know. I do have sleep apnea.
How was your childhood?
You know, you were there.
It was the shit because I was there. All right,
was the
sorry.
same.
I'm getting back off. I'm getting
So
off
Thursday
topic.
night,
Yes, you were playing a show while I was
was
at
fun.
Tyler Childers.
it was fun. You know, it's different vibes. But then the best part of the night was Ryan walked in.
Yeah,
I
right.
had to show
So
up. I
while
had to show up.
while Ryan was while y'all were doing that, I was down at Garth Brooks's bar. So I missed this. This is the first time I'm gonna hear this story. All I know is I'm gonna tell everybody before Ryan tells the story. All I know is I woke up to a voicemail of Ryan telling us, "Hey boys, can we play the voicemail?
The voice memo.
Yeah.
I don't have it. They
No,
deleted from my phone. But yeah, if you
If I can find
If
it,
you can- if
y'all
it didn't
talk
delete
for
it,
a
so-
second."
So hey, Ryan and his girlfriend
and,
then
our friends
and
yeah.
their friends walked in and was just hanging out. Ryan was texting me. He's like, "Hey, where you at?" And I
Yeah.
told him, "I'm at Hank's." So they came in for a few drinks and listened to some songs, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always, I'll tell you, I always enjoy it when people that I know and care about come in to Nashville when we're playing, stop in and say hey, or listen for a few songs, or stay the whole night or whatever. It's always fun.
It's a black, but be civil. This is for the audience. Be civilized. Act like your mama raised you right. So
Oh, it
there's
deleted.
a story behind this, and so since I'll get into it. I was texting you because I knew you were downtown. I knew you were playing, and I was trying to figure out meet y'all. It was one of our friends, her birthday,
Yeah.
and so we were out and about in Nashville. And I was like, hey. We just kind of finished up at one bar at this place called Putt Shack, and I was like, hey, let's go downtown real quick, me, Andy, and Lee, just watch a couple of songs and get out of there. At this point, our night, Lee, I've told him the story, our night was a show. An absolute,
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
I need the
find
button.
It was a what?
it was a show. It was bad. We were down bad. We had people arguing, and it just wasn't going well. You know, it was one of those
Oh.
nights with a friend group where people were arguing, and it just was.
I bet I know who was arguing.
Yeah,
the
probably, but
most.
it's all right. But it's all right. So we get to Hank's,
Cardinal
and,
rule.
and we see the band and Andy. They're playing. They're putting on a good show. It wasn't as packed as I figured it would be. It was kind of a lighter crowd.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah.
It wasn't crazy.
It definitely wasn't like the weekend.
Yeah, yeah. And so we get there and we go up top, and we've already been indulging in some alcohol at this point.
Yeah.
Me more than the other ones, because when people are arguing, they don't seem to drink when they're arguing.
Right.
But with the people that don't care about the argument, well, sit at a bar for 3 hours, you're going to indulge.
You got to listen to this. Yeah, give me another one, bartender.
So we get there, and one of the guys is like, hey, man, let's line up some shots and start knocking them back. And, buddy, I was already too far gone to say no. So we start shooting these things. And I head off to the restroom because it was right there in the back. And I'm hurling.
And Hanks.
And Hanks, yeah. All right, dude, I'm already down bad. And here he walks in, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I just puked.
Yeah. So I got the band to sing a couple of songs without me, and I walked upstairs just to say hey, and Haley was like, Ryan's in the bathroom, you need to go check on him. So I did. He was like, dude, he was pale as ghost. He was like, dude,
What were you shooting?
Jack.
Oh.
But see, I'd been drinking these IPAs at the other bar.
Yeah.
So, like, there's like 8-9%. Dude, I'm toward 9.
this
already.
ain't even the best part of the story, Lee.
And so, allegedly, not apparently, allegedly,
Allegedly.
I don't remember this. Me and Haley and her friend Megan, we go down to the bottom. We're sitting there. We're having a good
They're
time.
dancing,
We're-
having fun. I'm
We're
singing.
dancing. I'm up top. And all I know is I'm getting escorted out. And I hear old Andy go, yeah, that's what happens when you try to take your pants off in the bar, right?
So here's what Ryan did. Listen, this is what Ryan did. This is what Ryan did. So I'm sitting there singing on stage. Ryan, Haley, and what's your friend's name?
Megan.
So Ryan, Haley, and Megan are there dancing. Haley and Megan are like 3 or 4 feet back from Ryan. Ryan's dancing
in the
close to the
front,
stage. He starts taking his shirt off. As he's taking his shirt's halfway off. He unbuttons his pants and starts taking his shorts off. Yeah. And I'm sitting there watching. I'm watching Ryan, and I'm watching the door because the security guards are at the door. So I'm going Ryan, door, Ryan, door, Ryan, door. And I saw the security guard at the door. Was like, oh yeah. He was like, so he went over and tapped Ryan on the shoulder and was like, hey, come with me. And then he escorts Ryan out, and then the song's winding down, and I tell Ryan over the microphone, I said, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. Take your pants off. and Ryan
In the middle of the bar.
and then Ryan in his drunken stupor looks at me and says, well, that'd have been a nice warning. I said, that'd have been nice to know. As he's getting kicked out.
It'd been nice to know not to take your pants off. It's a big no-no.
So after they kicked Ryan out, it was like 2 or 3 songs later they did Last Call. So one of the security guards was like, dude, did you know that guy? I'm like, yeah, he's one of the co-hosts on our podcast.
Oh man,
Andy, hey, at least you like stayed true to yourself and didn't like. Oh no, I don't know that guy.
No,
I do appreciate that.
that's a good friend.
yeah,
I'm like,
that is a great
he's a good friend of mine, so it's all good.
Also, I'm glad he didn't try to talk the guy from not kicking me out because I deserve to be out of there.
Right.
Trying to get my inner Chippendale out in the middle of high junior bar.
Were you playing something sexy or
No,
something?
it was like
You'd
say
have
my
thought,
word.
dude, you'd have thought we were playing Genuine.
I don't know, man.
But it was an awesome night. Well, I mean, it wasn't awesome he got kicked out, but the story we have now because of that. So he starts taking his pants. I'm like, oh my God, Ryan's getting naked.
You know what's even better is the next morning I wake up and I'm like, what a great night we had to Haley. And she goes, oh really? You want to hear the story? And I was like, sure.
Wait,
what?
Haley wasn't there when you got kicked out?
No, she was very upset.
Yeah.
She was like, what were you thinking? I was like, there was nobody home. You could have knocked all you wanted. Ain't
Like-
nobody coming to that door, honey.
Like, you know how Haley gets whenever she gets mad? She she turns into like a school teacher. Like a serious, yeah.
What the hell were you doing?
No, she wasn't like that. And she was like, because Ryan acted like he was mad at me for not telling him to keep his pants on. And
Like, you
Haley was
fake-
like,
you fake bastard.
As Haley's walking out, she's like, it's not your fault, Andy. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
You got. Hey, let's all make some noise for Haley. We love you, Haley.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that was our weekend together.
Man, dude, yeah, and that
But
was.
you can't say you were already texting me ancient Hebrew, man. You were putting together sentences that I got the "Where you at?" text 25 times, and I told you, "Hey, I'm at Putchak." Where you at? Hey, I'm at Putchak. Where you at?
Well, I had a lot to drink that night at Tyler Childers. Cause they had a 49 Winchester open up for him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So I didn't know any of their songs, so I just kept going back to the bar.
Yeah.
And kept going to the Lexus Lounge and getting drinks.
The only reason I know them is because they came to the cave once.
Our friend Lexi from West Tennessee, who was in 4-H with, she loves 49 Winchester.
Really?
I mean, she loves 49 Winchester.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I thought they were Brooks and Dunn. I kept yelling. I was really drunk. I was like, Neon Moon! Brand new man!
Good Lord. Good Lord.
And then I was like, no, it's Fat Brothers Osborne. But no, 49 Winchester, they did good though. I enjoyed them. I downloaded one of their songs. I forgot what it was. But.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to go ahead and throw out our sponsor, Lee.
Oh, yeah, here, let me get the script. I got a new one this time because that last one was ass.
Also, you guys, if y'all would like to have an ad thrown, if you are a small business owner or you have any kind of product that you would like to be featured on the Hoofer Brothers podcast, just send us a message and we will work out a deal for you to get a 1-minute long sponsorship ad on the podcast. Right now we've got one. And the one comes from our good friend Jeff Pooley.
Andy,
Lee.
Andy Ryan, do you guys like poker?
Dude, I love poker.
Me too.
You ever played poker before?
It's been a while. I don't get to play it as much as I'd like to, but it's been a while.
There's nothing more relaxing sitting down playing a game of free Texas Hold'em.
Right. This
Like-
ain't Texas.
And this ain't Hold'em.
This ain't Hold'em.
You ain't got to bet any of your money.
you just got to go sign up at the Murfreesboro Poker League. You can find them at Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Chili's in Murfreesboro, Thursday at Panther Creek at 6 p.m. Panther Creek at 6 p.m. And then at Hooters on Thursday, 12 p.m. And then Hooters Saturday, 12 p.m. Hooters, I might go to that one. Yeah, go
The
to
Panthers Creek one sounds cool too. I've heard that's a cool brewery.
Yeah.
Actually.
So
And
guys,
that's
if you love free poker, you don't have to bet any of your money. Just the more money you spend at the venue, the more chips you get. I do believe. So guys, go give a follow to the Murfreesboro Poker League. Message Jeff Pooley for more details.
yeah.
We're gonna special shout out to the Murfreesboro Poker League and Jeff Pooley. I just love the applause button.
We need to set a date and go do that together.
Yeah, that'd be
us three.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
would
be
love
cool.
to.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh shoot. But yeah, so all right, so Ryan, you got some questions for us, right?
I do. Y'all ready to get into these?
Let's hear them.
All
Let's
right,
see what
so-
questions we got for this week.
This first question comes from Eli from Shelbyville, Tennessee. He asked, "What's the craziest Broadway story y'all have had to date?"
Shit. The craziest.
I'll let you tell your story, and then if I have the same one, I'll add on to it. But I got one in my head.
Okay, so I've got this one comes to mind. I've thought about this all week.
Oh no.
So let's go back to 2022, Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
We're playing Honky Tonk Central's main stage. Christmas Eve, 10 to close. We're playing going into Christmas Day. We did not want to do that, but we thought if we did that show, okay, we're playing on a holiday, maybe that'll get us closer to Kid Rock's main stage.
It didn't.
It didn't work out. So we're sitting there playing Christmas Eve. Dylan Carmichael is in the crowd.
Yeah,
And
Dylan
I'm
Carmichael
like, first off, I'm like, why is somebody of that stature? Like, I could get it if it was somebody else, but Dylan Carmichael's kind of like, he's up and coming, doing real good for himself.
You know, he used to be a security guard at Honky Tonk Central.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He made a post on Instagram about whenever he opened up for Cody Johnson a few months ago at Bridgestone Arena,
Yeah.
and he made a post on Instagram saying, "Yeah, I got my dream. I finally got to play at Bridgestone Arena when I used to work as a security guard down a few blocks at Honky Tonk Central. Just crazy coming full circle." So that's pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
is very cool.
So we're playing at Honky Tonk Central. Dylan Carmichael and his wife are hanging out. So we had to hire basically a whole new band because most of our band was out of town for Christmas.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
So having to find Tootsie's expected us to find players quick and find players that are going to be available. So we had a bunch of guys that we have never played with before,
Yeah.
ever.
And the kind of show that we put on,
You need guys that have played it before.
A little bit, yeah.
in the words of Fluffy, damn!
Bass player was solid. The guitar player we had, I'm not going to mention his name because bless his heart.
Well, we had our regular drummer with us.
We did. We had our drummer, but our bass player and guitar player were different. And it's okay. Like the bass player was good. The guitar player was not good at all. So
He usually is a good guitar player. He was just very...
he had drank. He said he had claimed later on that he had played 3 shows prior to that one. He had been playing all day from 10 in the morning till that night and had been drinking all day. Well, he is so drunk. I mean, so blasted. He can't play the guitar at all. I will give Landon credit. Even New Year's Eve when he was blasted out of his head, he could still play guitar and function.
Yeah.
But this guitar player could not handle it. Like he,
Hey, okay, so everybody knows Devil Went Down to Georgia. The part where it says a band of demons joined in, it sounded something like this. There's that mean guitar lick. All right, Andy, do the beginning, okay? Or do that part, and I'm gonna imitate what he did.
Band names join in. It sounds something like this.
Oh God, he didn't play a lick, did he?
Well,
He was leaning back and forth, bro. Falling asleep.
bro, he had
I
all,
looked at our drummer. I was like, that was a first for me. Yeah.
so he had already like was screwing up songs.
Yeah.
Well, then after Devil went down to Georgia, I'm on the bar top, like I'm standing on the bar top looking at the stage. And I hop off the bar top at the end of the song, and I'm walking back to the stage, and I see Lee in the guitar player's face saying, now I'm going to use the clean version of this, but Lee was like, unplug your stuff and get the heck off of the stage right now.
That is
You're
the clean.
done.
That is the clean version.
You booted him on
Dude,
stage.
I
middle
kicked it.
of the set, in the
said-
middle of the show.
I told him, I'm like, you're not going to embarrass us and you ruin our name because you're up here effed off your butt.
Yeah, I don't blame
Well,
you.
and I said, we still had, another hour and a half left in the set.
Yeah.
I said, we can do a 4-piece and be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
He got thrown off. Lee kicked him off. Like,
I
so
told-
I had to
I-
play
I
a few
said-
songs acoustically while he's getting his stuff. Like, but as Lee's telling him, like, you're done, he's like, Lee, can we have a conversation? Can we
Yeah,
have a-"
dude, he kept just going on and on. I'm like, nah, man.
And finally, our drummer had got off the stage or came out from behind the drum set and came in the front of the stage and started helping the dude like unplug his stuff and pack it up. And dude's starting to still arguing with Lee, and I'm over here trying to play acoustic
And,
songs.
like, we're not here like talking shit about that certain player. You know, he plays down Broadway still.
Yeah.
We're telling everybody what exactly happened, okay?
Yeah.
We're not over here making anything up. We're not talking. Like, you can ask drummer, bass player, everybody that was there for this. This is. We're not shaming this guy. We're just explaining
No,
what happened.
Yeah.
afterwards, we're cool now. We'll sing, we'll talk and say hey,
Yeah.
and there's no hard feelings. It's just, it's a business. Playing on,
Right, yeah.
I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody says. Playing music on Broadway, that's a full time job. And
It
if you're
is.
not, if you're not held up to the standards that you're supposed to be, you will get fired.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the pieces of advice I can give to new players coming on the scene. If you want to drink. If you want to let loose, shake off some nerves, do it. Just know when to stop.
Yeah.
Because if you go up there and make yourself look like an idiot, it's not helping you out, and you're definitely not going to get hired again
Yeah.
from
Right.
that same
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
And he hadn't played with us ever since then.
No. And he's, as far as I know, I don't know what kind of name he has, but from what I've heard he's a great, everyone I've talked to, he's a great dude. He just can't handle his liquor. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
we saw that firsthand.
Yeah.
But when
Drinking should be fun. It should not be a crutch.
right.
I agree.
That is just how I see it.
I mean, I agree with
If you have to quit alcohol because you can't handle yourself, then you don't need to drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would say that was one. I mean, there's several crazy stories, but I would say that was one of the top 10.
When I did get in his face. And as soon as the song was over with, like we didn't even go like I just put my fiddle down. I walked over to you. I said, you pack your and get the off the stage. You are done.
Yeah, it was an experience.
And you just
Yeah.
look back, you see Andy and our drummer Chowick. They're like,
oh my God.
well, I was
But
like, because
the-
like the check was in my name at that point, and I don't
Yeah,
want no one
yeah.
ruining like our name.
Yeah.
So
The sound guy was like, y'all made the right move.
yeah, the sound guy and then the manager of the bar we were at.
Yeah.
So, can I answer my craziest story?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a PG one, and I have like a bad one. I don't think I should tell the bad one
It's up to you.
about Minnesota.
Yeah, I'd save that one.
So we were playing Tootsie's Rooftop one night. This was probably a few months ago, and I met a girl from North Carolina at Honky Tonk Central the night before, and she saw me eating a hot dog. I was sitting on the side of the stage eating a hot dog because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten nothing all day, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Is the hot dog good?" Like mouthed it to me, and I was like, "Yeah." We just started going to town on that thing.
He didn't even chew it.
Oh, boo. No, but she, so I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is beautiful. And so I started picking on her in the crowd and asked her what song she wanted to hear. And I said, who's your favorite artist? And she said, Lee Bryce. And I said, oh my God, my name is Lee.
But not Bryce.
Yeah, but still. I'm like the Wish version of Lee. So we started singing that. Now, fast forward to the next night, she shows up to our show at Tootsie's. And I just, we had the people from VIP in the back, the people from Orlando. Shout out to Richard and Jessica. They were there.
Oh, yeah.
And every time they see us, they give us a lot of money to take our shirt off while we're playing. We took our shirts off.
Oh, yeah.
She shoved money in my pants. Like, it wasn't in my pocket. It was in my pants. Like, like right on my leg.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that night I had to take my pants off and get a $100 bill out of my underwear.
I really hope you kept that one. If I touched a $100 bill with your ass sweat on it,
It was hot that night.
it was, yeah. So we're all shirtless. Me and
Swamp
Andy.
bills.
Me, Andy, our drummer, bass player, guitar player, we're all naked.
Wanna give me Nicky?
So it was like 1:30 in the morning, and we look up the steps, and we see this.
That was later than that. It was like 2. It was right after 2.
Okay, it was like right after 2 in the morning. We look up, and we see this Santa Claus figure walking up the steps. And I was like, oh my God, it's John Daly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was like, John Daly's here. Oh!
Yeah, Lee nudged me and was like, dude, there's John Daly.
Because like, we met him before, on the other hand,
Yeah.
on a random Sunday at Honky Tonk Central one night. So he got up,
He said,
and
"Oh,
he sees that we all have our shirts off.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, this
keep in mind, John Daly had been drinking all day.
He
Yeah, so
probably
he was
drank-
sober.
he probably drank 2 bottles of Crown, bro.
Oh, gosh.
Dude,
But he
this is
said-
February. It's freezing cold. Dude was sweating like a stuck hog.
Well, and he looks at us, and walks behind VIP area, and he says, "Oh, F this," and rips his shirt off. He's like, "I want him in the band." So we're naked with John Daly on stage, and we bring him up, and we sing Bob Dylan. It was a Stairway to Heaven.
Knocking on heaven's door.
Yep, it was.
That's not Bob Dylan.
He said,
Wait, I'm stupid. Yeah, it was Knocking on Heaven's Door.
he said, let's do a little Bob Dylan. Because we were playing Dixieland a lot, because that's what he was singing with us last time we got on stage at
Yeah.
Honky Tonk Central.
Yeah.
So we start playing that, and he says, let's do a little Bob Dylan. I'm like, Bob Dylan! So for those of y'all that are listening, this video, we got a video of this, of John Daly shirtless on our TikTok page. So if you get on TikTok, it is at the Huffer Brothers, and it's pinned to the top of our page.
I'm gonna play a little bit of the audio.
The video of listen to this.
He said, "Look."
Your part's my favorite.
Like Bob Dylan. Oh, yeah, he was blasted.
Oh, he's so bad.
The funniest part about all that, the comments there on that video, somebody said that something about a walking beanbag or something.
Yeah, and said somebody I don't want to see naked for 200, Alex.
It was awesome.
I remember we got done playing, and me and him, we went up and we were doing a chest bump, you know.
Yeah.
I got a gut on me. He's got a gut on him. We did a belly bump. We went doing.
I figured to be a belly stuck with how much I was singing.
Yeah, I was like, I just chest bumped John Daly, shirtless, sweating my nuts off.
Well, what's crazy, he was blasted, and he was slurring them words, but he was singing the right words
Yeah,
to
he
the
was
song.
singing- yeah.
He was correct.
John Daly can sing,
Yeah.
and he can play guitar too.
Yeah, he has an album.
Well, that night, he really wasn't in the mood, but he was singing the right words.
He was.
He was.
Dude, so I have my titty sweat on me. I have John Daly's titty sweat on me. And that
When
girl,
y'all belly bumped, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And then that girl from North Carolina was there.
And
She wanted to slow dance, so I'm shirtless, slow dancing with her. I have my titties sweat and John Daly's titties sweat all over her.
only
that's
in
awesome.
Nashville.
And
is awesome.
we were dancing that night, and we had a great, and me and her had a great rest of the night together. And
Oh,
yeah, that's one of the ones that got away.
Yeah. Well, hey, so these next couple questions are from Eli. And it sounds like you kind of answered this one as well. He said, what's the best crowd interaction you've had? Yours kind of was like that. Andy, what was your best crowd interaction?
I would say, you know,
I got a different answer for that.
All right. then.
our show, if you're not interacting with us at our show, you're at the wrong place. I mean, there's just so many shows where we've just had just great crowd reaction, interactions and all that. I would say, dude, any time that we played at Honky Tonk Central, there was one time we played there where it was not good crowd interaction. We're like,
Yeah.
what is going on with these people?
Yeah.
And even Tootsie's Roof. Remember we played that show in front of the Fishermen? Then they had the Fisherman Expo.
Oh, yeah.
We played in front of that. There was like a Fisherman Expo going on at Music City Center.
Yeah.
And I guess fishermen are always quiet because after every song, nobody clapped.
Yeah.
Nobody was like,
Well, you know they got to be quiet so let's scare the fish away.
well, I'm like, I looked at Andy. I got on the microphone. I said, hey, guys, this is my friendly reminder to myself. I'm never partying with you guys.
Oh, God.
No, I would say
That was the worst.
Tootsie's was fun, but dude, every time that we played Honky Tonk Central on a Friday or Saturday night, by the end of the night, like I just felt like I played 4 quarters of football.
Yeah.
Like it was just
Especially in the summertime.
from
sweating.
from the first song to the last song, it's boom, 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 and it's.
We try to give it all we got.
I mean,
Yeah.
and we did. You know, we put a lot of heart and passion into this. So I mean, I would say any weekend gig at Honky Tonk Central, especially in the summer months, because that's when most of the people are in Nashville anyway on Broadway is in the summertime.
Yeah.
So that dude always felt like kind of like being in this camper right now, sweating to death. Dude, I remember telling Maddie at the end of the night at Honky Tonk Central, be like, dude, just felt like I played 4 quarters of football right now.
Yeah. Honky Tonk Central was definitely one of my favorite places to play.
Yeah.
But there was one specific time when we played a show in Atlanta at Park Bench in the Battery.
Oh, yeah.
It's right outside the stadium. And, you know, me and Andy, we've been Braves fans. Basically, I was a Yankees fan for a little bit, but then I grew out of it. But
Thank God.
we've been Braves fans our whole life, basically. And getting to play in front of a bunch of Braves fans one night, like, because you get to say stuff to them that you don't get to say in Nashville.
Yeah.
So, like, we were doing, You Never Call Me By My Name.
Mm-hmm.
And you know there's that parts that you don't have to call me Merle Haggard or Waylon Jennings or Charlie Pride. Well, you know, I was saying old Braves players' names. Like, you don't have to call me Dansby Swanson because they just got done playing the Cubs that night. And I was like, you don't have to call me Freddie Freeman. Like, and it was like, and everybody, like, they got it, and we got reaction out of everybody.
Yeah,
and I was like, if I said that in Nashville, they'd look at me like, who the hell's that?
Yeah.
So I thought that was one of, like, the most unique crowd responses that we ever got. But, like, probably my favorite in Nashville was when the hockey team showed up at Tootsie's one night.
Yeah.
The Preds?
No, it wasn't the Preds.
Oh, okay.
It was the Arizona Coyotes, R.I.P. They're no longer Arizona anymore.
They're moving to Utah.
Yeah, the Salt Lake City Soakers.
Yeah. So the Arizona Coyotes came in one night after they got done playing the Preds, and they usually if there's a fight going on at Tootsie's or anywhere we're playing, we usually have the security guards back. We told them that night, said, hey, if there's a fight break out, y'all are on y'all's own.
Yeah, we ain't getting in that.
These are some big dudes. But, like, every song, they came in at, like, midnight, and then from then on, every song, they paid us $100 every song. And it was awesome. Tell them about the big Russian, Andy.
Scared me half to death. He came up to me with $100 bill. he was like, I'll show you for example. I'll give you a visual aid. Here, I want to hear the wagon the wheel.
That's awesome.
And I was like,
Here, hand me the 100.
I want to hear the wagon the wheel.
Okay. I was like, hey, Lee, this dude wants to hear wagon wheel. Play it.
And I was like,
Now.
yes, sir.
100 times.
Yes, sir.
But those guys were real cool. A couple of them followed us on our Instagram page.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
But like that was a fun night because usually we do last call at 2:45. We stayed open right till 3
Yeah.
because as soon as we got done playing, the lights came on and then security's like, all right, everybody out, let's go.
I just remembered they usually last song goes to the highest bidder.
yeah.
And the manager said you got to give them at least $1,000, and I don't know how much it was, but they had a wad of $100 bills just rolled up and handed it to us. We're like,
Wow.
what do you want to hear? I think it was Mr. Brightside or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the best crowd response. That was a lot of fun.
The Russian made y'all go back to his hotel, didn't he? That's what the.
Yeah, hotel, motel, holiday inn. It was like Midnight Express, but with hockey sticks.
I got some homemade vodka in my hotel room.
Why do you sound like Count Dracula right now?
I want your blood. But when he said, I want to hear the wagon wheel, I about crapped my pants.
That's
I was like, ugh.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was good times, man, at the Purple Palace.
Good times
Yeah.
were had.
All right,
sure.
another one from Eli. He says, if a show starts out slow, what are some of the best ways to increase like interest levels in what y'all are doing?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
Yeah. Lee, you go first.
I would say just start picking at them. You know, one of my abilities that I guess I was blessed with is I know how to pick on somebody. I know how to walk right up to that line, but I do a pretty good job of not crossing the line.
No, we don't.
And
Not only does he cross it by a mile.
well, you know,
And people laugh at it, be like, oh, yeah, you just made fun of me. He's like, oh, yeah. And then just,
On
well,
their Uber ride home, they're crying. That fat guy on stage hurt my feelings.
what was it?
that goon dick.
This girl looked at me and she said, "Are you guys gonna play anything good?" And I said, "All right, hold on, ladies and gentlemen." I looked at this girl. I got the microphone. I said, "What's your name?" I forgot her name. I said, "Are you sure it ain't Karen?" I was like, and everybody was like, "Oh, he called you a Karen."
I got
And
you.
like, they're like, I don't know, if you just pick at people and. Well, you know, a lot of bands do holler and swallers to try to get them. Like, everybody raise your cup up, 1, 2, 3, take your shot, whatever.
Yeah,
But like that can only go so far.
I agree.
So you gotta get the crowd into it. My daddy always told me and Andy, the best piece of advice is if you love the audience, they'll love you back.
That's exactly
That's
right.
awesome. That's awesome.
To add on to what I would say to that is also like song selection. You got to observe your crowd and see what kind of crowd you have in the room. So like this past Monday, we had an older crowd. So naturally we would play like older country or older rock or something like that. And when you see the crowd singing along, then you're doing it. But if you're playing a song and you're not getting any kind of response or reaction at all, say if I'm playing I don't know, for an older crowd, say if I was playing like Morgan Wallen or Zach Bryan and I see the crowd reaction to that, all right, let me try George Strait or Keith Whitley.
Yeah.
Usually that'll work. So, I mean, you just got to be observant of your crowd.
Yeah.
And, obviously any song that's, higher tempo or like I Like It, I Love It or Sold or songs like that, people will always go crazy over because they can sing along, they can dance.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know.
everybody's different. Like we played.
Get closer to the mic.
I'm fine, Andy. This is fine. My levels are higher than yours right now.
Oh.
Stay in your lane, bitch. So, we had.
I hope you die.
I will one day. We had an older couple. Like we just got done playing a Tom Petty song, like Mary Jane's Last Dance.
Yeah.
2 people clapped after that. We played "He Stopped Loving Her Today" by George Jones. The whole damn bar went nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like you just gotta read the crowd, see
Yeah.
what people like. Like go around and ask people. Like we'll do friends in low places, and we'll ask people, "Hey, where you from? How do you do the third verse and where you're from?" And we'll make something up as we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to do it.
All right, so we got another question here. Jerry from Florida, shout out Florida. Since y'all been doing this music thing for 5 years, what is some advice y'all would give somebody who's just starting out?
I would be open-minded. I would learn everything that I can about music before I came to Nashville. Starting out, I would learn whatever your favorite genre is right now. Go listen to the opposite of that and start learning those songs.
Yeah.
Because when we started playing in Nashville, it was all country. Now it's half country, half rock. I didn't know, like we've said before, we didn't know rock until we started playing.
At the country music capital.
Yeah. So that's what I would say is, learn whatever the top 100 songs of all time are. I would learn them. Just
My advice is learn whatever Morgan Wallen's put out. That's my advice. Whatever he just put out, listen to that
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Speaking of, not to interrupt the question, but did you see
Uh-oh.
the conspiracy now?
Oh, no. Here we go.
The Morgan Wallen. We had said.
You got a video of it.
You-
You got a video.
Okay, so Lee, do you remember saying in our first podcast?
Well, hey, slow the hell down. Let me video you first.
Yeah.
Jeez.
We need a clip. We need a clip. We got a lead clip. We need an Andy clip.
Hey Lee, do you remember last?
Damn it! Hold on. 3. Oh, look! 3, 2, 1.
On the first podcast, you said that you thought that it was a conspiracy that Morgan Wallen throwing that bar stool off of Chiefs' bar. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
There is new allegations that he did not throw the bar stool off, or throw the chair off of Chiefs' rooftop.
He didn't throw it off?
It was a female that he was with,
Oh, bullshit.
and he took the cover for it.
One of them Broadway girls.
So, hey, tell Morgan Wallen, best piece of advice I've ever heard is leave them Broadway girls alone.
No, never mind that.
Where did you hear this information?
Yeah,
man?
where'd you get
Where
this?
did you get this?
CNN or some
No,
shit?
CMT.
CMT is the CNN of country music.
Morgan Wallen did not throw that chair. A female did, and he took the blame. Because he is a man of chivalry.
Hot take by Andy there.
Hot take.
Very
Okay.
hot take.
So,
Because he came out already and said, I take full responsibility. It was my fault. I'm sorry for my actions.
yeah, like, so we went from it being a publicity stunt to chivalry at its finest.
Oh, I know.
That's right.
I know.
What, Andy? You need to quit.
Wow.
Andy,
Wow.
you need to quit watching Joe Rogan.
It was on CMT.
I gotta find this.
I didn't see. I just seen where Morgan came out and was like, "It was my fault. I apologize."
So-
And what was the original question? I don't forgot.
The advice you
Yeah,
give
the
somebody.
advice somebody since y'all been doing this for 5 years, what's the advice you'd give somebody just starting out?
Learn Morgan Wallen's songs and don't throw chairs off the balcony.
Always, like, in this line of business, you've always got to be able to connect with the crowd. The bands that just go up there and just sing songs, that's all they're going to do is just go up there and sing songs. When you can connect to somebody and you can make them feel a certain way with the songs you're singing or just communicating to them from the stage to the crowd, you've done your job as an entertainer. That's what it's all about. You want to feel a connection. And if you're not, then it's just, why are you there?
Definitely.
If you want to be, I hear people on Broadway, like musicians, say that, they just get so tired of it and they're bored. I'm like, well, if you're tired of it, go work a regular job.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's my whole outlook on it is always keep that connection with the crowd. Don't ever lose that.
I agree. And from an outsider's point, y'all did that very early in y'all's career.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all like connected with crowd at these little joints y'all used to play at the beginning.
Yeah, dude, I remember
at the beginning, not knowing like how it all worked. We only had one sub. We didn't even have any monitors, and we
need a PA.
we still had a pretty good time.
Yeah, definitely. But shout out to everybody who sent in questions. This is a question that I am gonna ask both y'all. Who is your least favorite country music artist as of right now that's on the radio? Yeah, who wants to go? Do you want to go first?
My least favorite.
Yeah, who would be
All
your
of
least? Okay.
All of them. You don't like any of them?
He likes Luke Combs.
I love Luke Combs.
Yeah.
I like Morgan Wallen. I like Hardy. Ernest is all right.
Okay.
Zach Top is really good.
He's bringing 90s country back.
I say probably my least favorite country singer right now. God, there's so many to choose from. I mean, Maren Morris ain't in it anymore, so Beyonce.
That's a good answer.
I don't like Beyonce trying to do country.
I dig that.
I do not. Post Malone is more country than Beyonce. Just because you put a cowgirl hat on and wear Daisy Dukes and show all the stuff you paid for,
Look,
that don't make you country.
Post Malone is more country than most country artists.
Yeah.
Like, remember when we listened to the Drunk Hank Jr. thing?
Yeah.
That's more country than half the shit that's on the radio now.
I'll say mine is probably Bailey Zimmerman. I can't stand that dude.
Yeah,
really?
that's a good answer. I don't like Bailey.
Bailey?
The people that get famous off of TikTok because they post a video on TikTok and it goes viral. I mean, the reason I can't stand that, and I know I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to say that that's just jealousy speaking. And no, it's not. Before not before Broadway, but before like TikTok, you had to go play shows. You had to go, go out to these venues and talk to people. It's just so stupid now where you can just get on TikTok and post a video and it blow up.
You had to cut your teeth back in those days.
Yeah, look, the dude still doesn't have any stage presence. He doesn't know how to put on a show. He's just, watching some of his videos and him singing live without auto-tune. And I'm not the best singer in the world, and I know that. But this dude has sounded like a south end of a northbound donkey.
I wouldn't say that.
I would, dude. I mean,
I just say he's.
Do you not remember all those videos going viral on TikTok about his live shows, how awful it sounded?
Well, if you have your ears messing up, even the best sound like shit. I mean, look at Brooksy Dunn on the CMT Awards.
Yeah,
they were just drunk, though.
Were they?
Bailey Zimmerman sucks.
Bailey Zimmerman was drunk.
No, look,
that video. I wouldn't say.
Did you see him shotgun that beer?
Yeah. Okay. But country music isn't just about shotgunning beer.
I'm talking about Bailey Zimmerman shotgunning a beer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I know.
That was terrible. He looked like a first grader trying to drink his first alcoholic drink.
But you don't drink.
No, I don't. But I've shotgunned plenty of beers.
Well,
allegedly.
But I'm just saying, like the whole system of posting a video and it blowing up. I mean,
it's all about your followers. It ain't about how good you are anymore.
And I get that, because like these record companies have got to make money too. And
it's about how good you look and how many followers you got.
I get that.
Yeah.
But like it's still like we're putting the wrong people in the spotlight. Zach Top. I support that dude 125,000%.
Yeah.
That dude's solid.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite new country singer, but dude, Bailey Zimmerman is the Bailey Zimmermans of the Bailey Zimmermans of the world have got to go.
Okay.
Because that dude he is not country at all.
I can respect it.
I just think Bailey Zimmerman is a frat boy that knows how to sing, and
I don't even think he knows how to sing.
They put him in country music.
Yeah. I've got an answer to this question.
Yeah, who's yours, Ryan?
Riley Green. That dude can go to beat, bro. And man, I hate that guy. The beef he has on Tennessee, and for him to be an Auburn fan, and it pops up on my stories and stuff all the time. You ain't gotta be an Alabama fan. You just gotta hate Tennessee, dude. What did we ever do to you?
Okay, well look, so
Can't stand that.
we got to meet Riley Green in Panama City.
He's actually a really cool dude.
He's actually a really nice guy. He is nice. Now his posse, his security guys, they were all assholes.
People
Yeah.
that say, "Hey, I know
Yeah.
Riley Green." Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys can die.
So, and I actually was talking to him about that.
Yeah, I was.
So we were like, after everybody left Tootsie's, they done shut down, and we were all hanging out. Me and him and Andy, we all just sat down and we were just talking and chilling. And he said, "Hey boys, you got to learn how to like all the teams instead of just your team." Because we were like, we're Vols for life.
Yeah.
He's like, if you want to make it in this business, you got to learn to like them all. And I'm like, oh,
wow.
I'm not wearing no Bama red, dude. And I'll
Yeah.
wear Auburn maybe, but
Maybe.
I'm not gonna wear no Alabama shit.
Yeah.
But he was a nice guy. He just told us that.
If
Yeah.
you got paid $100,000 to play a show in Tuscaloosa, and one of the stipulations were you had to wear a Derrick Henry jersey, you wouldn't do it.
So I'm gonna take exactly what you just said, and I'm gonna say yes, but I'm gonna wear a Tennessee Titans jersey of Derrick Henry
It's got to be his Alabama jersey.
for $100,000.
You're saying yes.
Sign my name on the dotted line. I'm there.
The fact that he's even thinking about it is
I just know how much shit I'm gonna get back from every. You know what? Screw it. They can laugh at my
Yeah.
wallet. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I do it.
I say, haven't you worn Alabama colors for less?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you have. Remember all of 22? We bought in 23 when we bought those Columbia shirts, Tennessee, Alabama at Tootsie's in Panama
yeah,
City.
but that was a gimmick.
Yeah, that would be a gimmick too.
Yeah, that's true. I had to pretend to be a Bama fan to get money. Well, yeah.
So Lee, what shows we got coming up this weekend?
Well, we got or do we play Thursday?
No.
So we play Friday and Saturday at Hank Williams Jr.'s Boogie Bar.
That's right.
Friday we play at 10 p.m. till 2 in the morning.
Yep.
And then Saturday we play 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
And then what are we doing Sunday?
Sunday we're going to church at the Oasis. We're playing at Garth Brooks's Friends and Low Places bar. We're playing on the first floor in the main stage.
Blame it all on
Let's
my
go.
roots. I showed up in moods.
2 to 6, man. I cannot wait. You don't know how excited I am to play.
debut there. That's the shows we got coming this week.
We got a show tomorrow in Lynchburg.
Oh yeah, we're playing at Woodard's.
Yeah, you guys, we're playing at Woodard's.
Customer appreciation.
Yeah, we're just me and Andy just gonna sit outside, I guess, with the guitars. Andy don't want to do the electric thing, but I think we should. But
Well, if you want to, we can. Just make sure you bring it all and set it all up.
if we're getting paid the same,
He said, "Well, you're
Hey, I got paid the same for years.
well, that was
dog.
back in the day, though.
Oh, so what's changed?
I'm just saying, I'll do it. I better be getting more money.
I never took more of a cut.
Well, that's your own damn fault.
Well, anyways, so I think we're about out of time. I do believe.
We got
We're getting
about
close.
2-3 minutes left.
Okay, so
I rewrote it for you."
Bible verse of the day. We're going back to the book of Corinthians. Actually, 1 Corinthians. We're going to 1 Corinthians 16:13. I heard this Bible verse. It was a study verse for the whole week that we went on a youth trip back, I say 2012. And it stuck with me since then. So 12 years later. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. Take that with you wherever you go.
I like it.
Stand firm in what you believe in. Well, let me break it down for you. Be on your guard. Don't let nothing try to get in your way.
Is that what be on your guard means?
Well, just don't believe everything you hear.
Oh, I don't. At the end of, everybody, I'm an open book. I'm going to be myself until the day I die. But my thing is, I even through all the shenanigans and through all of the BS that we do, at the end of the day, I know who's in charge. It's not my life. It's not yours. It's I'm myself, but I know who's in charge.
Stand firm in the faith. You're going to have a lot of people try to tell you, hey, it's not okay to believe what you believe. I know even in my close circles, which I haven't been drunk in a year, and I'm practicing abstinence too, and I still get made fun of and ridiculed for being sober and practicing abstinence from my inner circle of friends too. So be courageous, or be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous and be strong. Be courageous and be strong is the same deal as, stand firm in the faith. So there's the Bible verse for the day.
I like it.
And a mini sermon in there.
I like it.
Hey.
I feel like that one relates to y'all jumping away from Tootsie's.
My identity is not in music. My identity is not in UPS. My identity is not in anything of this world. My identity is in the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Where the hell is it at?
And who's that?
Had to find the button.
You'll get him there.
Well, that's all the time we got for this show. Well, if we don't see y'all sooner,
I'm Lee.
and I'm Andy,
I'm Ryan.
And if we don't see you sooner,
we'll see y'all later. Thank y'all so much for listening to the Huffer Brothers podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And please give us a star rating as well to let more people know about the podcast. Also,
5-star rating.
Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube by typing in @the Huffer Brothers. Also on YouTube, you can watch the recorded version of our podcast. And also, please keep up with us on whatever you got going on. Thank you so much for supporting the Huffer Brothers podcast.